and welcome to Fiend's Print, episode 27. As you'll notice, we're missing someone today. Unfortunately, somebody got short notice called in on work, so we won't have the lovely sass of our rogue today. However, we still have Fefik being our GM.
Hello.
We've got Brett playing Lucas. Got it right this time.
Yeah, right this time.
And we've got Void playing Zhao.
Hi.
So who's carrying the unconscious fox today?
I shall be puppeteering him today.
Okay, that works.
He is in the follow mode. Of course, it doesn't completely fill this glaring hole in our tokens right now. I refer to how there is just an empty space between your token and Lucas's token in the reactive part of it. It's just funny is what it is. Also, you didn't say the episode name.
Oh, sorry. It's episode 27, Forest of Shrieking Eyes.
Indeed. But before you proceed to a place with such a lovely name, why won't you Delta tell us what happened last time?
Of course. Ask the person with ADHD who lives in the second. What the fuck happened the past 5 minutes ago?
I'll focus it with entertainment.
He's just like watching me flounder around struggling to remember.
I mean, it shouldn't be just me in pain for today.
God. I think the reason why I'm drawing such a fucking blank is because last time we were doing it, I got wrapped up in business, podcast business, in the middle of our fucking show. And so not a lot of it got committed to memory.
Have you? Was it there? I don't remember.
Remember that was about the time we found out Discord was going to shove everybody onto a teen account and force them to sign up for the government overreach bullshit?
Yeah, that I remember, but it happened right in the middle of it all.
Yep.
Yeah, Delta decided to look for alternatives to Discord during session.
I got sidetracked on it, and, I have a problem with task prioritization. That's part of my condition. If everybody was like, oh, this is more important. I don't care. Shut it out. Do your shit.
Alright, Brett, you do it then.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I've done it in a while anyway, so... I'm forgetting the name of the lord there that's at the bottom of the screen.
Lord of Stars?
Yeah, Lord of Stars, there we go. So we were in the abandoned city, well, not quite abandoned, but basically abandoned city of the Lord of Stars, and one of his assistants or something, one of his followers that seemed kind of higher up, basically said, okay, to solve the issue from the stew there, the issues that we had from having the weird stew, we could go to a lake. It was guarded by a riddle cat, Sphinx, and so we went there. We stuck around it as it was asleep. I didn't wake it up despite Brett running to. And we drank some of the water so that or was it just bathe in it? We did whatever so that with the water so that we no longer had the various transformations. We went back to the city, and the assistant there sent us into the room of, like, the throne room of the Lord of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of got him to not get over his grief, because not over it, but to not let it consume him as much, and to, hey, there's still people around that kind of depend on you, get off your... And he refused to clear out the dirt with the Fae by taking us to the thing, so he still owes us, but deal with Fae, oh well. But in an attempt to kind of clear that out, I was like, hey, just send us over to the you said the name like 5 minutes ago. Forest of Shrieking Eyes. Since that's where Lucas kind of wants to go for those. And I'm probably forgetting something, but...
I think that's most of it, give or take. So now you are proceeding to the... hopefully the Forest of Shrieking Eyes, because sadly that is as far as the Lord of Stars could take you, because of the... intruding onto another Archfey Dominion usually means war and such. So, just put you on the outskirts of it. And as it would be, at least as much as his words are to be believed, the entrance to the forest itself is right up north.
I tell you what, this map gets so much fucking mileage from us. Feel like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon sometimes, but I know our budget's limited.
I have to work with what I have.
I mean, it's a good map though, so...
But I can aspire. I can aspire to not be broke.
Forest is a forest.
Hey, it's better than a lot of the games I've run where it's just like, okay, there's river here, make pen blue, scribble, 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 scribble. There is rock here, make pen gray.
There's a certain charm to pulling out the laminated leather mat for battles and drawing out the map, okay? I was raised...
Oh, I meant games I ran digitally. Oh. And just digitally drew.
Well, it's the same equivalent. There's some sort of charm about that, okay?
Well, if it had the proper tools for good drawings, maybe I would have just taken out my stylus and whatnot. Still.
Well, we could always look on Foundry and see if there is a fucking drawing kit for that. Yeah, you just kept saying go north, so north it is. But we were on the tree, though.
North to Alaska.
This isn't Kansas anymore. I don't think you can find Alaska.
But I needed to reference a song that nobody probably knows. Lucas is just gonna climb over the tree.
As you go even further, the forest is surprisingly mundane. I mean, definitely you notice the lack of ice and the lack of shrieking. It's just a forest.
I think that's going to be our eyes shrieking at the forest.
Would you please stop going out of the bounds? Thank you. Thank you.
Bro needs to put fences on the edge of his own map. Invisible walls.
I'll put you into invisible walls. There you go.
Size.
Now, wait. Right. The only thing that gave away is that you are still in the Feywild is surprisingly purple sky. Other than that, you proceed further. And as you go along the path, you notice how the vegetation around you does grow a bit more vibrant, more green. But eventually you come across not a simple dirty path that formed from the people walking on it 1,000 times, but something more defined. Like a proper stone path that was put here with an intention. Damn, speaking is difficult. And as you proceed, eventually you are stopped in your tracks. And now let's change the map to so I can explain further. As you proceed further, you are soon met with two dryads, seemingly standing watch over the path of which you were walking. Upon your approach, they turn their eyes to you and say, "Hold, who are you to approach our Lord's dominion?"
I'm gonna look to Lucas.
Lucas will step forward from the group a bit. Oh, hey, map just loaded. Step forward, kind of to Justin's like, uh, my name is Lucas, and I am here to see. Hold on, Brett needs to look up the exact name.
Like a tourist trying to figure out the language. Like, hold on, let me pull out my dictionary.
No, it's called Brett's forgotten the exact name of what's the one that looks like sapphire. And I am here to see the Mistress of Atrocity. I believe I have personal business to speak with her about.
And what is... And what is that personal business you have? We can't let you through unless we deliver your words to the owner of those lands. Only they may allow you entrance.
What was that, Fefik?
And what is the exact... What is the exact reason you want to see Mistress of Atrocity? We need to deliver your words to the owner of this land, for only they can allow you entrance.
This entire
Okay.
realm just full of walled gardens. I swear. Where's this freedom of
I
movement?
mean, it's the Feywild.
Yeah, can we leave the Feywild yet? I'm getting tired of all these charades. I swear, if I have to see another leprechaun, I'm gonna...
Sorry, Brett is trying to formulate words because my brain is a bit,
Take your time.
I am attempting to find my daughter, and I believe the Mistress of Atrocity has a connection that will help me to do so.
They look at each other as if... It's very hard word to pronounce. Waiting Awakening. As if contemplating your words, before turning their gazes back at you, how should we introduce you?
You can simply call me by my name, Lucas Stonehull.
Very well. And your companions?
Lucas kind of gives them a glance to see if they want to say anything specific on of what they want to be introduced as.
Zhao just shrugs his shoulder and says, Azug.
I think even with the stories that probably he's heard mumbled in the taverns while he was on one of his drunken binges, I think he'd have the understanding of when he brings strangers in there asking for a name. He's immediately like, well, you can't have my name, but I will let you know that I am called Plato Icing Scale. Like the pedantic, no, you can't genie in a bottle me, bitch, kind of sass.
I mean, that's part of why my Brett's brain is being needed tonight. Very careful that to be giving it, just stating that it is, but...
Your words and name shall be delivered then. Please. I'll wait. And they stand there, still, as the trees that surround you. What do you do?
Well, to wait, we can't really go anywhere, can we?
So do you wait in any particular way, or do you just also stand completely still, not talking to each other, not even blinking
toggle
or
dial
breathing?
tone, your brain checked out.
Zhao's just curling up against Vern's neck. He's getting all comfy.
I'm imagining Lucas just standing there looking ahead, and then, like, after a minute or two, just starts thumping his foot. Like, not even realizing he is.
I sit down with a bush against my back, and I'm just sitting there like, I just do not want to be here. I want to go back to sanity. I'm only expecting this kind of confusion when I'm like 6 drinks in. I don't like doing this sober. Probably has a fucking raging headache by now, considering he's been without booze for 2 days?
Give or take. The time is always interesting, especially in the Feywild.
Alcohol withdrawal is also probably one of the worst things to be under right now.
But also give just a small chance to contemplate how long it was since you smelled the trees.
I don't think Plato is one to really... Like, he's still adjusting to having his senses in the first place, but being shunted into the Feywild where everything's, like, cranked up to 11, and for all he cares about, completely randomized. Like, a tree could smell like a corpse, or it could smell like lavender, God knows what. He's trying his best to just try and breathe through his mouth instead of his nose, current point.
Well, it's just very fun things that you don't smell much of anything.
Even in the brief chances he breathes through his nose, there's nothing.
I mean, there's you and your companions.
I mean, we did just bathe, like, what, 2 hours ago in story? So.
It was a dip, it wasn't
Yeah.
a scrub.
True.
But actually, that does bring up a weird question. There's no smell whatsoever other than the ones I've been used to for the past, well, however long I've had my nose. Huh. I look to the bush behind me and I rub one of the leaves between my fingers. Made of metal or something?
You rub the leaf between your fingers and it feels... No, actually it does feel like a regular leaf. Must be your imagination.
I can't say it's plastic, because plastic doesn't exist in the Forgotten Realms. But if it was plastic, they would explain why I can't smell anything.
Yeah. As I said, yeah, it's probably nothing. It is a regular leaf.
Is it just me, or is my nose, or is everybody's noses numb?
Zhao just shrugs.
I look to the rabbit that's
It's wild.
I look at the rabbit that's a known fucking tracker. It's just like, come on, your nose must be detecting something. This is like...
Is he smelling anything?
As a matter of fact, you do smell something. It's a very faint smell. Smells like people? Like a whole crowd of them.
Can I do a perception check to get any details?
Yes.
Cool.
I just thought it was weird because, my nose just got turned on after years of not being available. Everything's very loud. So to have silence, in air quotes, is very strange.
It's hard to point out exactly, but it smells very akin to a very busy crowd, as if a very busy crowd of peasants was standing somewhere, let's say about 20 feet away from you.
20.
So that's like right where the
Right.
two people are guarding, just behind them.
And as the waiting goes, you see a person making their way down the road in slightly hastily manner. Not exactly running, but, very
Brisk
fast
pace.
walking. Yeah. That appears to be a young woman who holds some sort of journal as she quickly writes something down and almost trips over a stone on her way there. Which prompts her to actually pay attention to where she's headed. Let's see. You. Lucan's stone hole, I presume?
Does she look familiar, or is it a different person?
It's a different person.
Okay. Lucas would say, that is my name, yes.
Good. Well, I'm happy to announce that you and your companions, 3 of them plus 2 animals, are allowed to enter and see our ruler, and to be granted the audience with our ruler. Regarding your request, yeah. If you would kindly follow me.
Wow, they didn't miss Animal or Zhao. Oops, sorry, both brain cells.
Did they?
Yeah, you
Well,
pull him.
I've been just having a habit of conjoining the two because it's a little bit easier, even though I'm not supposed to still have access.
Mm-hmm. Mm. As you go through, it really starts to look less like a regular forest and more like a druid grove, really. While the water there does look deep, it's actually surprisingly shallow as you can walk right across its surface.
I have one question out of character for Brett. You moved 20 feet. You said the game said you smelled a crowd 20 feet away from you, but we just walked through nothing.
Correctly. Yes.
And the
Would it?
smell is still there, by the way.
So it smells like I've passed it.
No, it smells like it haven't moved.
So it still smells like 20 feet ahead now.
In some direction.
I think we're not actually moving in reality.
I mean, it's the Feywild, but...
Everything's relative.
As you pass the vibrant rain, surprisingly clean water, and animals both mundane and strange. You know, there's an elk, there's unicorn, hellhounds, chimera, the regular inhabitants of the Druid Grove.
I'm squinting hard at the hellhounds in a druid grove.
They appear to be sleeping, paying you no mind.
I'm going to assume those ones are imports.
Is the unicorn awake?
Yes.
Zhao greets it in Sylvan.
The unicorn... what is the word? Lowers its head as in a greeting.
Zhao nods and then goes back to join the others.
Alright, let's see. Yes. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4 and there's 2. Perfect. Alright. So, before you would be granted the audience, just few simple rules, alright?
They're simple in the Feywild.
Please address a ruler only as their lordship. Also, please do not speak until spoken to. It's a standard courtesy.
I look between me and Cracker and I realize, oh, we're fucked. We're fucking motor mouths.
And of course, as you approach, don't forget to bow. All clear?
If we just stay back here, do we have to bow? I mean, is this mostly his shindig? And he gently elbows Lucas.
It's only for those who wish to be part of the audience, of course.
He's got to do the talking. We're just here to make sure he makes it here and all that, and keeps his head on top of his shoulders.
Well, as long as you don't cause any troubles, that should be fine. Alright, any other questions by anyone?
It was basically the equivalent of a civil dismissal of, I'm not going to play by those rules, but I'm also not going to get involved because of that. Like, acknowledging the rules, but not playing.
Right, if no further question, you are free to approach. Don't forget, bow, don't speak until spoken to, address only as their lordship. Now, excuse me, I have few other errands to run. She says as she looks around you and pretty much leaves. Leaving you right before the open field with obviously an empty looking coal. Wait, I can't point. Where is it? This? Yeah. With an empty looking cauldron with few alchemical appliances, a bunch of notes and scrolls and books, and some woman smoking a pipe sitting at one of the chairs behind the round table. What do you do? Oh yeah, by the way, hi Links.
Mostly on you.
I don't know. Is she the one that looks like Sapphire did from the vision thing person sent gave?
No?
Okay.
Sapphire had black hair and blue eyes. That
Okay.
woman doesn't fit any of those.
Blonde with black eyes, or very dark eyes, anyways.
I mean, those eyes are pretty much two dots. It's very hard to make out the color
Yeah, we're doing what we can.
on the picture itself. Anyway, yeah, baby, what do you do?
Lucas will approach a bit and just kind of like do the slightest nod and say, "Lordship," or "Your Lord." What was it that she had literally just said? But is already forgetting. Your Lord.
Their lordship.
Their Lordship. It's like so. Lucas would bow his head just a little bit and say, "The Lordship."
He's got the spirit.
And he already forgot the rule of do not speak until spoken to.
Oof.
It's fine. that was out of character.
Zhao shakes his head and turns around.
Don't want to see. Don't want to get into the blast radius.
I start seeing
Yes,
Zhao
move.
start to move away, and out of concern, it's like, oh, they must know something I don't. Grab the cracker, I'm like, we're just gonna. Whoa! Why is everything purple?
Nothing. But where was I?
We're just gonna be over here.
Seemingly human suddenly breaks from their thought process and look right at Lucas. Curious. Well, just regarding your lack of courtesy, I take it you are Lucas. Is that correct?
Correct.
She stands up and starts to approach you. As she start to look you over, as a shepherd would inspect a cow or a sheep. That's interesting. Stone hole. I see someone put the knowledge to good use. Relative, presume? What was your name? Sapphire, was it?
Lucas is like kind of watching her kind of warily as she circles him. Is like, and then he just nods as she says Sapphire.
Looks like I made the right choice. Most of those who receive my knowledge do use it quite poorly. However, you seem very well put together. If you were of mine, I would have inspected you further. Alas, not my role to mess with others' works. That pleasantries aside, what was that? You wanted to see Mistress of Atrocity, my, as it would be, apprentice. Is that right?
Lucas nods again. Correct.
A long way you walked. What for, though? As in, why do you want to see her?
Sorry, Brett is thinking right now. Lucas says, I believe she has a connection to my daughter. Who I'm looking for. And he kind of has the suspicion of that she's going to pick up exactly what he's thinking, but he isn't outright stating anything that would be impolite yet.
She takes a smoke from her pipe and blows it to the side. Considering... Yes, sure. If your request is to see her, then see her you may. Suddenly you see the cloud of smoke that she has puffed out forms into a circle, and then this circle you can see as a through a looking glass. A woman walking through the myriads of arcane tomes while also handling the boiling pot of what presumably is flesh. Give me a moment. Here it is for the reference. She's not there, but just to give you the idea of the appearance. Okay? Just by looking at her, yes, she's practically a spitting image of your wife. Her face, her hair, and, very notably, blue eyes, just like yours. But soon enough the image made of smoke disperses in the air as the woman boringly looks at you. Satisfied?
Like as she disappears, Lucas like kind of steps towards it. I believe you're aware that that is not the intention of the words. I wish to speak to her.
My apprentice currently undergoing very intense training. She is not to be disturbed in her arcane pursuits. Even if you would speak with her, what do you see to gain from that conversation?
Answers to questions that only she can answer.
That being?
Questions that she is the only one who can answer.
And on what grounds should I grant you that request? What could be so important that your apprenticeship should be disturbed? Just because you asked?
Hold on, Brett's trying to formulate thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
On the grounds that my duty requires me to make sure she has the best she can.
Duty? What duty?
As you said, she does look just like my wife. With my eyes.
To clarify, the description was coming from me, not from her. So it's what you saw, not
Okay.
something she said.
Okay. So he would then be saying something else. I just need to think for a second then.
All right.
Lucas looks into her eyes and goes, well, the duty that all fathers should fulfill for their children.
notable. Of course, it is parents' duty to look after children, yet, as it would be, you're not her father. Not is Sapphire her mother, not anymore.
Brett doesn't know if if there should be a will or something for him to not just haul off and attack her, which would be a very bad idea, but that would be really pissing Lucas off. And if he doesn't act, which I'll leave to you if
I mean, it's up to you. It's your character. Play it as you see fit.
then yeah, Lucas would probably try and scratch at her as she says that he's not her daughter, or not his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
When she says that Lucas isn't her father anymore, he would probably go for a scratch, attempting to scratch across her face.
Mm-hmm. As you do so, no, that's interesting. Excuse me, I need to mute myself, not mute myself, but put myself into not disturb mode because it's, yeah, I'm getting distracted by messages. No, what was that? Right, as you would go for this to deliver a very justified scratch across your face, your what is it called? Claws? Yeah, claws. I suddenly met with something very resistant to damage. No, there's got to be a better way to say it. Oh, well, the moment is gone. As in her free hand, just in the very... Alright. Rolling back a little bit. As you were just about to deliver a scratch right across your face, your claw suddenly meets something much harder than flesh. No, Zoe, even if it doesn't appear to be so on the first sight. As she suddenly, just in the path of your strike, holds out a scroll with glowing letters on it. As per the terms of our agreement, you, nor Sapphire longer holds the ownership over that child. The scroll itself glows ever so slightly, and it seems like your strike did practically no damage to it. Even if it looks like just a simple paper, it's apparently something else. The text on the scroll itself appears to be in the language you are not familiar with. Do you want me to clarify something?
No, I'm just. Like, Lucas would probably just like snarl and repeat ownership like disgustedly under his breath, and just be staring at her, trying not to continue trying to and trying to hold back from just going completely hostile even more.
If you wish, you can read it for yourself, but the contract was crystal clear. and everything was followed to the letter.
That wants to check something. Okay.
What was that?
I'm checking something quick. Oh, I was double checking to see whether the book had, because I knew the book had tongues, and I was like, I don't think that does written languages, and it doesn't.
Doesn't? Give me a moment.
No, it's spoken and sign languages for tongues.
Ah. Oh yeah, I guess makes sense with it being named tongues.
Yeah. Void just mentioned that the written would be comprehend languages, but that's not on it, so.
Although you may roll an Arcana check to see
can
if
roll
you
Arcana to- Okay.
Yes, to see if you recognize the language. Not that you can read it, but just recognize. It's Sylvan.
Lucas is kind of like angrily looking it over, not making any sense of it, and going, Zhao!
Zhao hears his name and looks over and is wondering if he should actually come over.
I can't read this. Sylvan.
Why do you need to read it? He's warily starting to come over.
I mean, Lucas wouldn't say it. Brett is thinking to break it, and Lucas is probably like screaming that in his mind, but he's not going to say that.
I mean, you could tell him it's a contract. You don't need to say what for.
That'll be obvious when Zhao reads it. And Lucas is in the anger mind, not really like, okay, I can't say that.
Zhao bows his head and kind of prompts Vern and his familiar to bow their heads too at the lady.
Mm-hmm. She gives Zug a long look before coughing out a bit more smoke. Good to see someone good manners. You are free to read it. And
Lucas
yeah.
kind of like holds it open in front of Zhao, and if Zhao would be able to hold it, where Zhao can take it. If not, just open him to be able to read it, because I'm not
I
sure.
mean, if he's allowed to hold it, he'll hold it.
Yeah, it takes a bit because the scroll on itself is slightly bigger than the Zug. Still, it's manageable. It is paper, after all.
So he'll start reading it.
Mm-hmm. As for the piece of paper itself, well, on the first glance, somewhat unassuming scroll with Sylvan language written on it. However, you Saw contracts like that before. They're very powerful ones, very hard to break by the mundane means, that is. Makes the paper itself practically indestructible. Practically. As for the text itself, well, Delta.
Oh, right, I was muted. Sorry. Yes?
Good, I just needed to get your attention so all of you may look on the text of the thing. So, it's the 10th thing at the very bottom. The terms of agreement. Would someone please read it out loud?
I can do it. I, blank, hereafter the flesh shaper agree to the following terms present in this contract, and will carry them out to the letter. I, Sapphire Stonehole, hereafter the witch agree to the following terms present in the contract, and will carry them out to the letter. The flesh shaper provides the witch with the knowledge necessary to learn and master the fleshcraft. The witch is free to use knowledge received as she sees fit. The flesh shaper is entitled to one of the witch's creations and is free to collect it when they see fit. There are 2 signatures at the bottom of the page.
And as the contract is read and explained, well, by the Zug, the flesh shaper speaks. Now, tell me, what is a child if not mother's creation? That seemed like a cool line all those months I've been holding it in my head.
I don't have words to argue this.
Yeah, no,
Right,
this is a
right,
case. Go on.
I just brain bad.
Excuse me, the text shifted because I realized there was a unfinished thing that was not meant for your eyes yet. Anyway, feel free to do whatever you feel like doing. All of you.
So the thing is, the way it's phrased, while it does say she's entitled to one of the witch's creations, so it could theoretically be any creation, it doesn't say that the flesh shaper can swap after the fact, after it's collected. I mean, theoretically, you could swap Lucas's daughter for a different creation, but the flesh shaper would have to
Agree to this.
yeah, and agree that it's a better option, honestly.
I mean, Lucas would be willing to trade places to ensure his daughter's healthy, has a good life, but I don't think Flesh Shaper would take that.
Probably not.
And Lucas,
You never know.
so after, well, I would say reading, but after hearing it from Zhao and probably thinking about it for a decent bit, letting the anger not dissipate, but simmer down to not be as immediate attacky fire anger. for greater words. Lucas would turn to the Flesh Shaper and say, "Why did you choose her?"
Very simple. Out of all the creations Sapphire ever made, it was with the most potential. She has the magical potential of her mother, and I look to see her realize it.
That's trying to think warding from thought that is not words to any words that work with thought. um, and Lucas continues with a reply, however return phrasing works. Lucas responds, and what would be the worth of potential for one able to take a second form at complete will, and then drops his wear shape and reapplies it. Like he drops it for a second. and then re-transforms.
Are you offering yourself in the place of your daughter?
For my daughter's safe return back home, and for me to take her place, yes.
She looks you over ever so briefly. You propose to exchange a witch with incredible potential for a scruffy looking oversized rabbit? What is it you could possibly offer?
I don't think Lucas would have a response and would just kind of have to like shrug. Like, I have to try.
I'm sorry, run this by me again?
I don't think Lucas has a good response for this. I just kind of like, so he just kind of like shrugs and it's like, I have to try.
Hmm. 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 Well, you may be well put together. You don't look very convincing. You could go back to your wife and try for a different child. If it is with a bigger potential, I will happily exchange.
Are we just having a low brain drain day?
I mean, part of it, yes.
I don't think
Problem is,
anyone's.
this is Lucas's part of the story.
Yeah.
Look, your opinion is finally relevant. Do something about it.
Also, I see a particular item on the equipment sheet that might derail if I. So Fefek, we have this ring of 3 wishes, and
You
Lucas
do?
is the one holding it.
That's right.
Can I like do some sort of check to know if one of its wishes would be enough to just nullify the contract?
One wish is enough to grant whatever you wish for. Just be careful about your wording. Just like with many things, magic always takes the path of least resistance.
Okay.
And so just to clarify, it is possible. You just need to word it.
Yeah, Brett is now trying to think of how warding can fit and poke holes in the 3 that I've warded.
Mhm. Just be careful. If you would come up with like 20 ifs and it would take about a minute for you to pronounce, to say the whole thing, the Flash Matter may suspect you're onto something and, try to stop you.
I mean, the first one was very simple. I was wishing for Flesh Matter's death, but Brett feels like that could go very wrong very quickly.
There's always a fine line between simplicity and complexity.
Yes.
I mean, if anyone else have any suggestions to help Brett out, feel free to do so.
Me doing brain things? Are you mad?
Come on, there's only a few sessions left. Come on, let's put all our brain cells forward.
But I only have 2 of those.
Well, then the prettiest one forward.
Definitely not me then.
The prettiest brain cell everyone owns. Put your prettiest brain cells forward. Even if there's only 2 of them, one should be prettier than the other, at least in one aspect.
Could say dissolution of your wife's contract with this flesh shaper that stands before you.
Well, I mean, I feel like an easier targeting of that contract would be for Lucas to hold the contract and say, contract in my hands.
True.
I'm thinking on wording of how to do it.
The dissolution.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the Flesh Shaper will return her.
It means the contract would be null.
And?
So she can't keep your daughter at that point.
I mean, not by terms of contract, but it's a Fae that already has her. It doesn't guarantee her release.
You have 2 wishes.
True. I have 2 ideas of ways to change it, and I feel like one is super disruptive, but probably simpler. So Lucas would grab the contract and be staring at the contract for a bit, even though he can't read it. Then focus on the ring and say, I wish this contract was never made.
Mm-hmm. You see how one of the gems on the ring suddenly goes black. The text from the contract starts to disappear letter by letter as a flesh matter does change in face. She looks angry.
Ja looks horrified.
What have you done?
What was required?
You just.
Yes. Also, Fatback,
Yes?
if this goes to battle, how many rounds does Lucas have of Thanthrope before that disappears too? Since it was with that knowledge.
We shall see, shall we?
Presumably.
The contract not having been made means you were never part of this party.
That just means I'm not me.
You just created a freaking. What's it called? Yes, a
But-
paradox.
I'm sure it's not the first time a wish has caused a paradox.
This is why Zhao didn't let anyone else hold the cards. Now he's regretting letting you keep the damn ring.
To be fair, I don't really have any to be fair point, but it's fine.
Delta, this would be a great time for you to be scolding Brett.
I'm letting him burn his own bridge.
Was the
That
bridge
bridge
that-
affects everyone.
Indeed, for... You see, it feels as if everything around you starts to get undone. One moment you find yourself standing back at the Fey village, back at Gehenna, back at the dragon lair, going all the way back and back and back. After all, the contract was never made in the first place. Lucas never became a Theranthrope. The daughter was never stolen. He never had a reason to even be here. He never had a reason to make this wish. And as it would be, you, well, Alf, three of you plus currently puppeteered Cracker, find yourself in, how can I even say? You know what? Give me a moment. Let's see, which button is it? No, not this one. This one. Yeah. Right, you don't see anything. Let there be light. No, still don't see anything. Alright, just give me one more moment. Wait. Mm-hmm. There we go. As you suddenly find yourself seemingly in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna blink loudly a couple times, staring into the void, then looking at Lucas. And I'm just going to sigh very, very, very tiredly. Why did we get wrapped up in a prophecy together?
Zhao looks furious. He kind of just turns around and I guess floats several feet away, and he just starts screaming.
I like to imagine they try to go off one side and they just show up on the other.
Doesn't matter. He's screaming either way, which is one of the few loud sounds that Zooks can make.
What I'm
It's
concerned
also
about.
I mean, yeah. Well, the Zug himself doesn't appear on the other side. The sound sure does, because the sound does travel this direction and then loops back from this direction.
Yeah, there's only two possibilities. Either it infinitely loops so we hear it from all directions, or we only hear noise directly from a singular point, and it's like one of those horrifying anti-noise chambers that just drives people mad. Because there's nothing to reflect off of.
Yeah, sure, let's go with this one.
Oh god, that's worse.
I mean, you can only go so far, because then one could say, how do you even speak, because there's nothing including the air, so there's nothing to carry your voice even. So let's not get too much into that, because otherwise it will just
Metaphysics.
become
Yeah, just leave it at it's cartoon void between things, and it's fine.
So, do you got any plans to unfuck this?
Does Lucas still have the book?
no.
Okay.
Why would you?
You never picked up the book.
We never picked up the ring either, so we can't unwish the wish.
No, as a matter of fact, the ring is still there, on the courtesy of being the source of it all.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Well, my first wish had more intense consequences than I thought. We should be careful with the second one.
Zhao
No
just
shit,
continues to
Sherlock.
scream.
And I ripped the.
You can't even catch him breathing. Like, he's screaming so consistently that you're not sure he's taking breaths.
I tried to take the ring away from Brett. No.
From Lucas, not Brad.
Again, I do that again, and I don't know why his names are fucking homogenous in my brain. Before you make a move back, I want you to make. Oh, I'm going to make an unarmed strike for a grapple. If you're going to contest me grabbing it away from you, then congratulations. We're grappling.
Yeah, it means he is deceased, so yeah, grappled.
Yay! Yeah, no, you're giving me that ring. I don't know what the rule is about disarming someone.
Yeah, good thing. Good point. D&D 5 here disarming. 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 Interesting. It requires feats or fighting styles that allows disarming.
Okay. Well, then I'm
That's-
just going to put him into a chokehold then. If I cannot actively remove it from his hands without a feat, I'm just gonna knock him out. So I don't know if we're even breathing right now. More metaphysical bullshit problems.
Yeah, well, how Lucas would respond to that? To being, was it
Put in a
choked?
chokehold.
Yeah. So I just noticed one thing, if I may have all of your attention.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All three of you have blue eyes.
Well, it's
Oh,
on
yeah.
brand for me, but yeah, I guess that is true.
That's a funny coincidence. Anyway, back to
I mean,
the.
both Zoogs have pale eyes, so I just rolled with blue.
Mhm.
And I decided blue on a whim.
Once again, a funny coincidence. Maybe you all related.
That would be an extremely distant relationship then, because Zoogs have such short lifespans.
Must have been a very wild family tree. I once in Pathfinder played a tiefling with a dual, who was a dual soul or something like that sorcerer, which means he had like two heritages. So he had heritage of the fire elemental and the brass dragon, and on the courtesy of being a tiefling, he also had the what is it called? The tiger people with inverted arms. I always forget their names.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa. So that is quite an interesting family tree. If you have a brass dragon, fire elemental, and a Rakshasa in all of it.
Mhm.
To be fair, dragons breed with pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Like bards, they are.
Very interesting threesome it was. That aside, as there is also a search bar right above all of it, Delta.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So normally this for suffocation, it's 1 minute per point in Constitution, basically up to like 30 minutes or so. But not thinking about pressure on the arteries of the neck, that's much quicker. I at least checked up the grappling checks. We did follow it correctly. Strength or
I mean, I said,
strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics to get out of one. I don't know how
I
long
mean,
I
we
have to
can
hold
make
this.
it. I mean, we can make it simpler. Brett, would you like to break out of that grapple, or would you let yourself get suffocated?
So after, like, Lucas would probably like shove it up, try and lessen the pressure just a bit, enough to speak and say, "Just don't undo it," and
How the fuck are
let
we gonna
him
go
take
back?
the ring. That's what we need to figure out before making wishes.
I'm still. Yeah, no. He may get a little bit of room, but I'm putting it back on there. I'm getting
Let
that
him say,
ring.
Lucas would say that and let you take the ring.
Okay. The moment that the ring is out of your hands, he backs away from you and lets go. He's not making any wish right this moment, but he no longer trusts you with this. You've done fucked reality itself right now.
I mean, only our reality. It's probably going to be fixed. I'm sure some god would come along and fix it eventually, even if we completely messed up and didn't have a second wish.
Oh, so you want to wait on the fates and hope that the fact that reality has disentangled that we don't need to eat, we don't need to sleep.
No, I'm saying we need to be careful and think about the wish before making it.
None of us are fucking competent. At least I'm competent enough to understand I'm not competent. I'm not making a wish on this. I refuse to. And he's like kind of like taking a little bit of scrap cloth or whatever to wrap around the ring so that way it doesn't accidentally set off. About the only one I trust is currently having a complete and utter mental breakdown that I don't know if they're ever going to get out of.
As you hear him continue screaming.
Case in point, I watch Shovel move closer and I'm inching away. And you, 5-finger discount. Do I still have the ring?
No.
Try. Okay, I have higher movement speed than he does, even by turn standards. Where are you? Okay, well, I guess we're done with Shovel then. Now we're on to Plan B. Now we just wait.
He gives you a ring that he done fucking with you. So that's a nice thought, Copper, but that would have worked better as a first wish. For those who don't know, Copper said, I wish you knew what to wish for.
Fortunately, the ring only had 2 wishes left, so we would ask that and then we'd be shit out of luck.
No, we only had 2 wishes to begin with, and Brett went and used one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's 1 wish left.
Wait, isn't your lesser
Sorry?
wish still working?
Yeah, but that isn't gonna fix this.
Not gonna fix it, but it may give us the inspiration to figure out what the fuck we're supposed to do. Or is it literally only tied to whatever the fuck's in the spellbook?
It is tied to...
He can emulate effects of spells up to 5th level.
Alright, well, let's see what the...
Yeah, my favorite spell, please fix everything. Level 5 of duration.
There's gotta be one that literally just allows the GM to whisper something in your ear saying, you're done fucked up. This is what you need to do.
Isn't guidance like 3rd?
Guidance is
Guidance
a
with the cantrip.
You are probably thinking
Then I'm
of...
thinking of the wrong.
What was it? Scrying? No. Divination. Divination was the one.
I'm thinking of one which basically you make a request of a guardian. Most of the time they don't do anything.
Well, they give them 7 days to respond.
Within 7 days. Let me just have to contact the gods that has nothing better to do.
Has to spell more than once before finishing a long rest. Is 25%. That doesn't fucking matter. We have 1 use. So, Xiao, we might need to use that lifeline quite literally.
I mean, you can wish for him to, contact...
Okay.
Yeah. But just
Freaking
make
heck.
sure you're not wishing to the ring in the process.
Well, I've wrapped the ring in a piece of cloth and threw it in my
Or
bag.
we just have the person not holding the ring make
I
the
don't
wish.
trust anyone else to fucking figure with enough cloth, enough
I
distance.
meant make the wish to Zhao.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Give ring to Zhao. Zhao wishes to be immortal.
No, give ring to Zhao. Zhao wishes to go back home, leave the others behind. I'm done with this shit. I'm going home.
I wish I was immortal at home.
There's
okay.
also Contact of the Plane that is 5th level. And it's 5 yes or no questions to an entity.
That is
How
5.
would that help us?
That's yes
That's
and
5
no.
questions to...
But they're yes or no.
We are
Well,
too fucking
yes, no,
dumb
maybe,
to
never,
ascertain.
irrelevant, or unclear.
Can you help us? Yes. Will
How?
you? No. Yes.
What if we keep annoying you with the same question? No. What if we keep
Unclear.
annoying you with the same question? No. The next
Irrelevant.
day, alright, look at it, same person.
Okay, I want to theory test something so I don't idiot this. I'm standing on something, theoretically. I'm gonna rummage in my bag and just put any old knickknack down and just see if it falls through. Is there a floor I can put things on?
Yes, even if it looks like nothing, you are
Okay.
standing on
Okay.
something.
Then I'm keeping my eyes on the thoughts here as I put the bundled up ring down on the theoretical ground. No contacts, just air between us, theoretically. So it shouldn't go off. I look to Zhao and I say these words. Zhao, I wish for you to contact the higher powers and give us an idea on what to use the second charge on our ring for to fix this without putting us in the prior situation that caused the first wish. Using divination.
You might want to get him to stop screaming first.
Okay, he didn't hear. Let's see. What do I have to throw? What do I have to throw? Something soft. Please be something soft.
Hey, Zhao! Hey, Zhao!
I don't have
Hey,
anything soft.
Zhao!
That's just gonna make him scream more.
Okay, I pick up the ring briefly again, just long enough to make
Right.
sure where it is, and I sprint over to Zhao and I attempt to clamp their muzzle shut and force them to look at me. I'm going to need
He
you to
looks at
focus
you.
for a minute. Are they looking at me?
Yes, and he nodded his head very slightly while you have his jaw clamped shut.
Okay. I put the ring back down again by my feet. I look at him again. You still have your own wish. It's weaker than this thing, but I have an idea. I wish for you to divinate with the higher powers and ask them, what can we use that second charge on that ring for to fix what we have done without forcing us into the exact same problem that caused us to be in here in the first place with the first charge.
Zhao nods his head slightly and uses his limited wish. I have no idea which spell fits this situation, though.
We said it was divination. I'll
Is
put
it
in
divination?
Yeah, it could be. It is there to provide guidance. Oh, let's see.
wonder if this will work. There you go.
You cast the spell. Make the contact with a god or god servant, and suddenly you hear, "Better, sorry, you are out of the perceivable range of any contacts. Please try again later."
Can we get a fucking dial tone?
Well, that would have been incredibly funny. It is actually one of the ways to unfuck the situation. So, what god would you like, or other powerful entity, that's important, mark here, would you like to contact?
Probably the one from his second pact, because that entity deals with timelines.
Also, separate, quick distraction for a bit.
Not that we
Do you
need
think
more.
Do you think Peculiar's hut would show up if we went looking for it here?
Well, if they don't get back to us like immediately, then we could start looking for it. It
Well,
does say it can take.
technically, it can be. I don't know if we'll necessarily actually hear back instantaneously. Just that the spell is instantaneous.
It is says within the 7 days.
I
However,
think it's dependent on the phrasing because the way the punctuation is. I think it could be interpreted either direction.
wait,
Whether
it
you could
is
only
you
ask about.
ask. Yeah, one question on the goal event or activity that is to occur within 7 days. It's not that you get a response within 7 days. So my bad. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. After the spell is cast, it doesn't take too long to get a response. You know, but because we do contact the Eldritch Influence, they don't exactly communicate in regular words. So
Bullshit.
instead, you get.
I mean, he knows deep speech.
I think it's less the language and more the. It's probably a rhyme or something that takes thought to understand.
Eh.
In this particular case, it's more like vivid visions.
Hmm.
Let's see. While they were vivid and hard to understand, you, being known to deal with such entities, do decipher them quite easily, though. Apparently, the way to undo this whole thing is to wish that the previous wish was never wished.
Um. Okay. Here's the thing. We were careful about the wording here. We wished for a solution that wouldn't put us back to square one that caused us to consider the first wish in the first place.
Then my apologies. What was your exact question then?
Okay, let me slow down a little bit and because big think is hard sometimes. I wished for her to God. Sorry. I wish for Zhao to contact the gods of their choosing and ask them what we should use the second charge of our wish ring for that would resolve us being in the void without putting us exactly back into the position that prompted us to make the first choose to make the first wish in the first place, aka put us back and then phrase it in a way that makes it so that way we get the result we initially wanted from the first wish without fucking everything up.
So in
Go.
other words, nullifying the contract and giving Lucas Rose back.
Ah, well, that's simple. Wish that back then Lucas had the better idea on what to wish for.
If we wish that, would we technically have our wishes back too? Because it would undo time.
Remains to be seen.
So
Best case scenario. We make that wish. It just uses up both wishes, but Lucas made a different wish that actually resulted in something good.
I think the biggest thing we can translate from this is, and this is how we would phrase the full wish, is wishing that you signed a contract with much deeper knowledge on legalese than you currently have and left yourself a loophole for this exact scenario.
Except it wasn't his contract.
No, well, okay, not writing, but like bargaining the contract to make a subtle loophole.
Or wish that the first wish Lucas made was to remove the third clause of the contract. So she still gave Sapphire the knowledge without getting
Yeah,
anything
but
in return. But
Yeah, but then the daughter was never taken, so you have no reason to be there in the first place.
true.
Paradox hurt my brain.
Regardless, Zhao relays what the deity says to him, well, tells him, and keeps it open for as long as the deity will allow while these fools figure out what they're gonna do. In the
Unfortunately,
meantime, he's going to be muttering to himself in, "God damn these fools! Why am I traveling with them? Oh yeah, prophecy. God damn it!"
it only allows one truthful reply, so once it stops talking, the spell ends.
No. Well, then he's gonna go back to screaming after he relayed the information.
I mean, if we just go to sleep and take a long rest, you can get another one.
Do we really want to gamble with what could go wrong sitting in the absolute void of being unmade?
I mean, no, but
Then while
I
we are
thought it was
not
a funny thing to
exhausted,
say.
why don't we try something else that came up in some of our brains? Remember that merchant you were just babbling about 5 minutes ago? I have
yeah.
a feeling I want to buy something. And I start looking around. No tense here. Maybe he doesn't get signal here. I don't know.
As Zhao continues screaming.
So we have a lead, and it's basically the gods telling us they need you to be fucking smarter about all this, which is...
Don't make such stupid wishes, guys. It's simple.
Wait. Does somebody hear... Oh, no. I feel like I'm about to be extorted. I start panning around again. Where is that? Holy shit! It worked! He smelled money!
That appears to be a door.
I grab hold of Zhao like a football and like, salvation has cometh! We may not need to even spend the ring. I also make sure I'm grabbing the
Zhao
ring before.
continues to scream as you pick him up and carry him.
All I just see is screaming possum emoji.
I wish I had that for this situation.
Yep. So I grab the whole team. I grab the ring, still wrapped in cloth, and I put it in the bag. And I go for the knob.
And as you do, the door swings open, revealing a passage.
And I lead everyone inside, because it's far fucking better than sitting in the void.
I don't know, the void was starting to grow on me.
Don't make me put you in another chokehold.
And so you suddenly find yourself in a familiar looking tent.
Oh, sweet salvation. Substance!
Zhao continues screaming in the doorway, just facing a wall.
Hello again, Peculiar.
Sorry, your associate is having an existential crisis. In fact, we all are. You take a look outside, there's a whole lot of nothing.
Well, that is quite, and I don't say it lightly, a peculiar place you found yourself in. You know?
It was
Yeah,
not
it turns
out
out
of-
when you wish to do something that undoes the wish, sometimes it can be really weird.
Undoes the
It wasn't
Yeah,
exactly
but
that. You messed with time, and time said, fuck you.
The magic of the wish is always like that, you know. path of the least resistance, so instead of... I guess I just decided it was much easier to get rid of all four of you than to reshape too much. What did you wish for?
That a contract was never made, which means which means my daughter was never taken, which means I never went on a quest to find my daughter, which means I never made the wish to undo the contract.
He paradoxed us.
And
Right.
Zhao's having the existential crisis here because, in theory, that should not have sent him to the void. It should have just left him with Vern and not a familiar. But nope, we all got sent to the void. Thanks a lot, Lucas.
It's because we're all wrapped up in a goddamn prophecy. Which means we're all entangled.
Zhao just continues screaming at the wall.
Do you have like a lollipop or something to distract them without charging us an arm and a leg, literally? Just, please. I can't stand their screaming much longer. I don't want to, like, just clamp their muzzle shut all day.
Sure. Just because of the sheer entertainment I get out of this whole situation. The peculiar lifts his head ever so slightly and puts his other hand in there, rummages for a bit before taking out, well, something that looks like a practically a cartoonishly looking lollipop.
Okay. I will walk up, delicately take it from him. Walk up to the screaming possum. If you're going to use your mouth or something, use it on this. Thunk. Plops it in there.
Tastes like meat.
Meatsicle.
I mean, the meat aspect will probably make him stop screaming for a bit. But keep in mind, his face tentacles are prehensile. They could literally just pull out the lollipop and hold them for him.
I don't care. It was more the gesture of plug your pie hole, please.
I know, I'm just pointing out that if it wasn't a meat popsicle... But that does shut him up for a bit.
We need your focus for a little bit longer, because you know my reputation with this man. He is your employer. You can play around his tricks. I'm gonna end up losing all 6 of my limbs if I try to bargain with him. And or try to maul him. I don't know, one or the other. So please, attention. Enjoy your popsicle. I'm gonna start hyperventilating now. Fuck!
Well, at least now you seem to be as exempt from the material realm as I am. Isn't that fun?
But by your phrasing of that, it sounds like even if we got our way back, we would just get punted back out.
Not without resolve. Yeah, basically, I think what he's meaning to say is, unless we resolve the reason we got stuck here in the first place, if we tried to work around it, it would shut us back out. Like how he's not allowed to step outside his tent.
In a manner of speaking, yes. You see, after you alter the reality this drastically, I guess you decided to take a different turn, so the version of you that currently exists wasn't needed, and so you were left behind. Oh, there's probably 4 different years going about their own business in this new world you have created. You weren't on anything, any world threat prevention quests, were you?
I mean, not really.
I take a break from my
There was
hyperventilating.
There was a sealed demon in a book, or a sealed Arcanoloth in a book that was preventing a even more sealed something. Let's forget. Oh, no, it was another Arcanoloth, wasn't it? There was like a sealed book that held a key to unlocking another sealed demon kind of person that tried to take over before the whole.
We are in frighteningly over our heads, and we can't get the fuck out of it because of a goddamn prophecy. I didn't want to go to the Feywilds. I didn't want to do 80% of what we did. Sure, it was fun having my... Actually, shit, because of Bootstrap Paradox. Is my tongue numb again? Can I taste the roof of my mouth?
You can, as
Okay.
a matter of fact.
I'll
You
have a look.
yourself doesn't seem to be changed. I mean, Lucas over there is still in his Therian form, for what it counts.
Thank fucking it. Okay. It might be fun to be able to taste things again, but if I had the context of all of the shit we've had to go through so far, I don't know. I think I would have put up with being tasteless for another eternity or two. My head hurts. I don't know if that's withdrawal.
Spontaneously became Southern for part of that.
That was my mother's Southern coming in. Yo.
Well, damn. Well, if that's so, hopefully this demon will get stopped by someone else then. I mean, it's just a demon. They've been stopped so many times. Let's just
Really?
hope the world can move on without you.
That's
Laughing friend.
other... We're gone. Gone. I'm stealing
That's
limelight
all he
again.
said. Just laughing Prince.
Yeah. Never heard of the guy. What was his
Must
deal
not be too
again?
important.
Hmm?
Must not be too important then.
Hmm.
I still don't want to consign my life to a life of empty void.
Yeah, we really need to think about how to use the other wish to undo all this without undoing it.
We have one lead, but I really want us to stew on that because we got one shot. I actually walk up and I realize one of the policies of commerce is do not fucking loiter in an establishment if you haven't paid and at least gotten a receipt. I heave myself back up and was like, okay, what's the cheapest non-body part related thing I can buy with... And he checks his bag. Normal money. Just so that way we're not like loitering without paying. Because I imagine this is going to eventually get on your nerves, but we need sanity, we need clarity, we need something that's real and tangible and not that fucking void out there. He is slipping into a panic attack himself.
The cheapest thing you can buy from me?
Or, you know what, I could just give you a gold coin and just say, hey, don't bark at us for loitering for a little bit. You are our bastion of sanity right now, as much as it's worth. He just like, slaps a coin on the counter. Their transaction done. I have deducted one gold coin.
Not quite sure that it works quite like that. As Lucas just continues to look around at, well, trying to think more than actually seeing what he's looking at.
I don't know what to rationalize right now. I just don't want. And he bites his own tongue.
You said you have one wish remaining?
One
Yeah.
major wish remaining, and we are desperately trying not to squander it and cause this mess to get worse. We've contacted the gods for a hint, and being that they are gods, they weren't exactly direct. All they mostly said was to Make him smarter, and he points at the one who made the first wish.
Oh, that would be an interesting solution.
But I want us to stew on it a little bit, and as our last remaining contact that can even be reached out to in this pickle, we're kind of also camping in here to just kind of see if we can gather opinions from you or just any outside source. We're using every lifeline we have right now trying to undo this in a reasonable fashion. Yes, I know our differences, and I've barked at you a couple times, but I can put those aside for now.
Well, that ring is still quite valuable, even with just one wish remaining.
You were
I could see if I could. I could see if I could get you a proper solution to your current predicament in exchange for it.
I look to Zhao on this, and I don't trust any. I mean, even with you as the smartest person amongst us when it comes to wording, I don't trust any of us to properly phrase the wish to get over any of the hurdles. Do we put our fate in the hands of trans-dimensional forces and let him try to solve it?
You flatter me.
I just give the shopkeep a little bit of a squint before looking back at Zhao.
Zhao just kind of looks up at Plato with a very blank stare. He's not all put together right now.
Is this something that is going to take... I look back at the shopkeep. You wouldn't happen to mind us crashing here for a little bit, would you? I think our one representative is too frazzled to make a statement. Do you have, like, I don't know, a cot or something? I'll give you a few extra gold points for the trouble, but, like, I don't think they're doing well.
No need. As a matter of fact, it's interesting to have someone from such a particular predicament over here.
Okay.
You not being attached to the material world anymore. That's kind of quite interesting on its own, so stay. As long as you don't cause trouble, so of course.
As he says, don't cause trouble, I'm looking over at Cracker. Is his hands in his pocket? That statement specifically goes to you, young man.
Fuck you. Feelings against the wall.
I will not be against him temporarily reclaiming your hands until we leave again. If it means that it keeps you from pocketing anything, okay? I'm not gonna stop him if that's what it takes. I'm just saying that. I intend to cause no issues. I don't think the other two intend to cause any issues. We're in such a pickle that I think making a decision right away is gonna be wrong. I wonder if food's done. Wish for bridges
So,
to not limit. What?
If you give Zhao enough time, which probably involves him curling up in a ball and sobbing while trying to sleep for a tiny bit, when he wakes up, he'll be able to make sense and actually communicate.
I figure, yeah, for the most part, we're going to be working on like a short rest, basically. 2 hours tops. Give some time to process and figure out what the fuck happened, sit together. And honestly, while we're working on that short rest, why don't I suggest to our GM we take a short break? I have to go check if dinner's done. I'm certain some people need a drink.
Very well. 10 minutes break it is.
Alright, folks. We'll be
Fine by everyone? Fine by everyone?
Sure.
I'm fine with it because I suggested it. Boyd?
fine with it.
Okay. And we'll get you guys in 10 minutes. Ugh.
Are we muted on stream or? Oh, he already left. No, well.
Have you ever like finished a like class? Like you go to campus one day and it's one of those heavy test days. You leave and your head just feels like it's been put into a fucking trash compactor. That's what it feels right now.
Yeah, I
He gets all
agree.
the new knowledge.
We are not brainy people and we're forced to being brainy. And it's getting so bad that we're
Oh, I'm
basically asking for a
brainy. That my character is having a crisis over this.
Okay, well, that's
Mm.
fair. But the rest of us, Brett, I, and Shovel, well, okay, I won't throw Shovel entirely under the bus, but at least Brett and I are both struggling here.
No,
I
we are
think
muted.
Brett's just struggling in general today.
Well, you know what? I can't
Brett just
exactly.
said his brain is mush today.
No, I
Moosh. Sorry, Brett.
To be fair, it's actually kind of mucky outside today, anyways. Kind of a dull day, so maybe my brain didn't fully wake
We
up.
are muted on stream, yes?
No,
Hmm.
let the people have side commentary. It doesn't.
Yeah, as long as it's nothing particularly private.
Hmm.
What was that, Brett?
I said nothing.
Did you say like my dick?
Language.
Is it private? Or can we see it?
No.
That's up to Brett. But I don't think he could share that in the Twitch chat anyway.
God no.
Fair enough. You can share it to me then.
Okay, if he decides to DM you a picture of his dick, I'm not gonna judge.
Weirdos. Oh. Nothing like a little bit of roast beef to help with that brain ache, though.
I'm sorry. Right after what we just said, I interpreted that completely horribly, Delsa.
Oh, that's big.
That's your problem. You're still stuck in the gutter. I have a quick
You
escape.
literally said nothing like a big piece of roast beef.
Roast beef. How is roast beef a synonym for fucking dicks? Okay.
It's not, but it's
But
a
it's
euphemism
meat.
for a similar thing.
Cold showers, both of you.
But it's so much nicer when the water's like nearly scalding.
God damn it, Brett.
Okay, well, I guess I can put you in the brazen bowl.
I'm still waiting.
I said water.
We can put water in the brazen bowl.
Brett, were you making a tea or are you done?
made it.
Okay.
It's still a little nuclear to actually eat because it just got finished. But damn, I love the weekend. It's not even the weekend, it's the group home manager Teddy. He makes a good slow cooker roast.
Fair enough.
And trust me,
Now I want pot roast.
I've been needing it. I have reached peak diabetic blues. Like last night was, let's just say I was dying to just inhale one of the tubs of ice cream. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't. These are the bad kind of sugars. Fuck.
Keto ice cream is a thing.
It is. I know. Breyers makes zero sugar style, or there's even carb conscious ones, which I can still touch.
No, I mean like there's actual keto ice creams, not just sugar-free.
Oh, yeah. I'm not on full keto. I just use it as a baseline.
Okay.
If I were to go full keto, that would be really problematic. But I figured the principles of keto is at least something I could follow while I'm adjusting to the new condition.
Alright, just figured I'd point out that it is actually a thing.
No, I thank you for the help. But I'm just saying, it's like, I already knew that, but thank you. But unfortunately, we don't have any of that in the house right this moment. I will have to pin that on the... Well, actually, no. We may have just gotten it, because I think he just did shopping today, because we just got salsa, too. Fun fact, salsa doesn't have... Well, okay, salsa has less than 1 gram of sugar per serving in the jar that I noticed, so I can have that, too. I'm just hoping to get my A1C down low enough that I can start having cheat days.
Oh, I just realized I wish that could have worked.
Well, that's something you can theory craft between Zhao and the merchant that I can never remember the name of.
Do we have to make
Peculiar.
a wisdom save to try and know what the thing you just realized is?
Perhaps. You might
Psychic
try.
damage. I
Go
mean,
on,
we've
roll.
already all taken psychic damage IRL trying to fix this paradox.
Yeah.
And I would at least wait until the thing if you're being serious about rolling it Pfiffic.
Hmm.
It's still on the BRB screen, but
Oh, yeah. Well, we have all our food. We're all present. We can return to it if we want. I will mute myself so you don't hear me mention.
So feel free to roll wisdom or intelligence to see if I can give you a hint.
All right, well, I'll flip us back.
Well, actually, not a hint, just full thing.
Oh.
Because if
would
The
any
brain
skill help? I don't think so.
if you can explain it well, sure.
Oh, bother. Why are you...
Insight to have insight as to what the DM is thinking.
Sure. Interesting. Reactive doesn't want to load properly.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that. Hold on a second. Where do I...
Maybe I should just try changing, swapping the picture. Let's see.
I'm changing the URL briefly to force it to reboot.
Wait, it wears shoes?
What?
Shut down source when not visible.
He said he was trying to get it to reboot. So I was surprised it wears shoes.
I can't wear shoes right now. Not with the pain I still have.
At
Yeah.
least Brett didn't knock a third of your toenail off. Also, I just discovered it did bleed. It was just under the cuticle.
Good heavens.
I see. So reactive just decided to give up today. I see everyone is having a hard time, I see.
Let me go check the
Yep.
website.
That's a nice insight check. I mean, the reactive on itself is working. A site is accessible at least.
It might have been the case that I had doubled down on a secondary account for Discord and it got confused which one was active.
Perhaps.
Okay, well that's not working, so I'm going to drop from the call and fix it again.
Well,
No dice! Okay, well we're just going to switch it over to, where is it?
no, and
This is why I have Plan
perhaps
B.
now. Yeah. Yeah, sure, that works. Now, that's an interesting insight check. You know what you could have wished back there?
No, otherwise I would have.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, the flesh shaper said that's very tricky to pronounce sometimes. Flesh shaper did say that why would she pick you instead of a child with a great potential? You could have just wished to have the potential of your daughter. Simple.
I mean, that could. I would not want to phase it the potential of the dog. It would be exceeding hers, only so that it doesn't take hers. But yeah, that would have worked. Well, it would have made the potential swap more enticing to flesh. But
Hmm. So here's your better idea.
So now we just have to wish that Lucas had wished for that. Wishes can go meta, right? You can wish that a wish was a different wish.
I don't see why not.
Oh, how is the Zook feeling now?
After he's had a nap, he still feels horrible, but he's not screaming anymore and is actually lucid.
Plato resists the urge to be patronizing and avoids patting their head. But, well, now that you have a clear head, why don't you go sit down with the shopkeep there? Do whatever it is you need to haggle, get us back, if you want to haggle with him. Or whatnot. He's your employer.
Not employer.
You had or have a contract with him. He's your employer.
That's not the same as employer.
It's contract holder or contract.
He's a fucking alcoholic. Do you expect him to know the nuance?
Yeah.
If I had a mug to throw at you, I would.
The difference is that both of them have to upkeep their ends of the contract, and if either of them decides to end the contract, then neither of them suffer for it. They just don't get what they originally wanted.
Right, well, this is why I'm leaving the legalese to you.
Anyway, so the Zoog would go up to Peculiar, and basically, the gist would be, if Peculiar can produce results that are to our liking, that solve our situation, while letting Lucas have his daughter back, and allow us to exist in the appropriate timeline and continue our mission, Peculiar can have the ring. But only if he can produce those results first. Failure to produce those results means no ring. Now the question is if Peculiar agrees to those terms.
Let's see, considering your circumstances and considering what you wish to achieve. Bless you.
Oh shit, my mic was open for that. I'm sorry. Bless me.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Let's see. Let's see. Yes, it can be done. But as it would be, I would need a ring to hold the ring for it right now.
Zhao frowns, but then looks at his palm, which is where he was marked for his own deal with Peculiar. Then looks up and thinks about it. Because he's trying to decide if Peculiar is trustworthy enough to hand him the ring first. And kind of looks back at, I think it's Plato's holding the ring currently.
Yeah. I mean, we could roll a conjoined insight check. But it's probably going to be stupidly hard to read something that's so otherworldly like him. But I do give Zhao the wrapped up ring right now.
Mhm.
Zhao continues to hold the ring and looks at Peculiar and asks him essentially, "Are you going to use the ring to make a wish?"
Yes, in a proper manner. It will resolve in a manner that you are put back where you were with more preferable circumstances that are fit to your liking, and because of a bit of a undoing what had already happened, I will take the ring off of Lucas with one wish remaining.
Oh, that's how he's getting paid for this. I said it's like if he's going to use the ring for the wish, it would burn out, right? But then it refunds one because he never made the first wish in the first place. But then he's going to take that ring with the one remaining wish. That's how he gets paid. Okay.
Big ball of timey-wimey stuff. Gotcha.
And this would allow Lucas to have his daughter back.
Yes.
Zhao hands over the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on your butt, people. It's about to get timey-wimey.
Peculiar holds up the ring and then speaks in the language none of you understand. Suddenly you feel a familiar pull as everything around you gets undone.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
And just like that, as if it was never there. Boop. Boop. Mm. I grabbed someone else, excuse me. I think you stood here. Right, you actually stood here.
Zhao is on top of Vern.
Yeah, one thing at a time, there we go. You find yourself standing where you were. However, that's interesting. Is everyone on the map or
It's still
It's
loading.
still loading.
Huh.
Now it's loaded.
I wonder what's with the loading taking its time. The Foundry was
Still
acting weird on me lately. Not lately, prior to the stream. But then I just rebooted the PC and everything seemingly went fine. Anyway, we are here now. And instead of what was said, Lucas wishes to have the potential his daughter has. Suddenly, one of the gems on the ring fades, leaving just one. Flash Shaper looks at the same time annoyed and somewhat amazed. So you figured it out then. Well, the child would be useless to me now. In that case, you still wish to swap places with her, yes?
Return it to Sapphire. Use me instead. We have a deal.
So it shall be done. Now, let's see. She walks up to you and starts to inspect you like a shepherd would inspect a cattle. Cattle? Cattle? Yeah. Like a shepherd would inspect a farm animal. Yes. Something I can work with. It would require some change in plans, but still, I will find a use for you. A good use, too. You realize you now belong to me, yes?
Lucas walks over, hands the book over to Zhao. Because I think Lucas was the one that was carrying the book like this entire
Mhm.
Yes.
campaign. So Lucas would hand the book over to Zhao along with the page to fix it once we get all the other pages. Then turn back to Fleshbender and go, I realize this. Yep.
Zhao takes the items handed to him, but he frowns as he does.
For as much as Lucas is driven Plato mad at times, there is also a frown on his face, like, oh, this is not how it should have gone, but it's the best path we had.
Good. Of course, maybe you are no powerful witch, but a use for you I shall find. You suddenly feel a burning sensation in your left arm. As you suddenly... It feels as if somebody pressed a whole... a glowing hot metal right against your palm. You know how branding is done, that sort of case.
Yeah, branding iron.
Hmm? If no iron itself was present. It burns the fur, it burns the skin under it, leaving a mark on it that shaped as an open eye. The pain, although excruciating, does leave soon enough. And when it fades, just for a moment, you and everyone else see this grove for what it is. And give me a moment, which map was it? Yeah, sure.
You're joking. This fucker was a goddamn... I'm forgetting the name of the creature, but I don't really know it.
Beholder.
Beholder.
Like Titan Beholder.
Beholder, but just so much more. I mean, the shrieking eyes had to come from somewhere, haven't they?
True.
As reality gets undone again, I just sigh loudly, and I just scream to the heavens. Well, why did we... Oh, were we supposed to flip back?
Yes. As I said, the vision of the true form was brief. Fun fact, you would have seen the same if you used the true sight.
I didn't think to do it. My brain's mush today.
Which is understandable.
I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Whispering over to Cracker. We go through that entire. He just tells me, bitch.
But what you were about to say?
Oh, it is. It is Plato openly bemoaning. We went through all of that brain trouble and paradox, only for me to feel like we're about to get in cross guards again. Okay, hold on a second. Automod kicked off. Yeah. Fucking get the fuck out of here, stupid bot. Anyways, I actually have to check up on my own values here on this. I didn't write any. What the fuck? Well, that's bad of me. Oh, I guess I'm freestyling this. I think as curmudgeon as the alcoholic is, and how frustrated it is with everything, how much trouble Lucas has caused with his antics and such, I don't think would let this sit down morally, especially after seeing what the fuck this thing may actually be. And one 1d4 odds he does the stupid, evens he tries to use words. Odds he does the stupid.
Woo.
Yeah.
I'm filled with anticipation.
He doesn't think.
Meanwhile,
Oh, go on.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, meanwhile, Zhao's just over here and seems completely unfazed by the vision they just had.
Well, you're a fucking dreamwalker. You see weird shit all the time.
That he does.
Right. So it doesn't sit well with Plato, even with all the annoyance. And he's just like, no. Besides, I feel like something is wrong. Something is so very wrong with all of this. And let's see. What is my movement speed? My movement speed is 45. I'm going to make a narrative declaration on this because the way he is right now, and he's bowing. I want to full sprint, charge forward. Fucking anime style, I'm sorry, it's the only way I can explain. And a full charge sprint, springboard off of Lucas's back and just try to drive my fist in her face. And just say, fucking poser! I'll not let you have my friend no matter how fucking stupid he is! And I'm basically
Good. I accounted for this outcome, not at this particular moment, but like in general when I prepared for the session.
You expected us to break at some point, just not now.
Yeah. So let's see. Just before your fist would connect, you suddenly find yourself suspended in the air for a moment.
I'm at this. Let's see, features. I have to figure it out here. What does this last? For 1 minute. Well, I will. Damn, that's not like a whole fight. But if I will admit to being grabbed for now, or whatever it is that's happening right now. But I have a plan for when you're done talking.
Oh, don't
Lucas
worry
just,
about
you
it.
didn't see the giant ice stalks.
He was having a moment of emotion.
But yeah, as I was about to say, you find yourself suspended in the air for a moment. Then, the moment right after, you see how the scales from your arm start to peel off, going up to your elbow, shoulder. You're pretty sure it goes up to your neck, your chest, and spreading all across your bodies. And same happens to the skin. Once again, unraveling itself from your fist and spreading all over you. Then comes the fat, the muscle, the blood, and bones. Suddenly you are unraveled, looking like a living picture from apothecary books that delve into anatomy of dragon bones.
Okay, so I wasn't disintegrated. It's just all my layers were separated and suspended.
Pretty much, yes.
I'm still conscious, right?
You are still conscious.
I would
Your
like.
eyes.
He'd be in a lot of pain.
Well,
I said, I imagine he'd be in a lot of pain.
He is.
I'm
Too
still.
bad his mouth is too separated to scream.
I would still like to pressure my own mind and open it long enough. And I'm just banking on this being purely an illusion.
Mm-hmm. You focus whatever you have left in you and see once again the whole forest being but a shifting mass of a beholder, making itself to appear like a nice forest. You see yourself being physically unraveled by the many thin, delicate tentacles that currently hold each piece of you in the air. Your
Okay.
eyes start to burn from the exposure to the air due to the lack of eyelids and to the lack of moisture.
Okay, so the unraveling is not an illusion, but I can see what is currently tearing me apart. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I'm just gonna rip and tear at everything that I can see with whatever capability I have, and do I roll a fucking? There's not really fortitude as a function here. So I'm basically just fighting pain instincts to do this.
At least there's not much to fight. I mean, your bones are pulled apart, your muscles are not connected.
Oh, okay. So it's
There's no muscle to flex. There's no punch to give.
I am basically incapacitated. Got it.
Yes, in a very gruesome way, but yes.
I was trying to figure
That's
out what
fair.
my capabilities were, and I did not have the mechanical definition of what I am. And so I am incapacitated. Got it.
Yeah, my bad. It's just there are consequences of attacking an archfey in their own dominion.
Actually, hold on. Let me look up the rule definitions here. That way I can match it and understand it.
I think paralyzed would be more like it actually. Because you can't move. But you are conscious for the worst of it actually.
Okay. Speed 0, saving throws, automatically fail strength, dexterity. Advantage against me, everything's automatic critical.
I mean, yeah, everything of yours is exposed. Any
I've-
hit would be critical.
No concentration, speechless, surprise, no initiative, action gouge. Okay, so yeah, okay, just making sure. Okay. Then
Yes.
I can't do anything, so I'm going to mute myself and let the others take the baton.
This later being unraveled, Flashmander looks at the zoo as if was expecting you.
You might want to hold just a sec. Void is
Okay.
grabbing food because it just got here. So
Oh. I hope they didn't miss all of the descriptions of the play to being unrolled.
No, it was just basically when it was played to when you were looking at like the rule description stuffs for
I
it.
see.
It was mainly just that.
Hmm. Hey,
Also, Void unplugged the headphones so they can hear parts of what's being said just over the air.
Huh.
We'll be ready in just a little bit moment.
Mhm.
Just another moment or so. Sorry about that.
It's alright, it happens.
I was kind of hoping that it was just a hallucination that was tearing me apart, but no.
Yeah, it's more fun this way, don't you think?
I'm gonna get reassembled upside down.
So long as you're not reassembled inside out.
You better wish that everything is still intact and they didn't take anything as a fine.
Well,
But we don't have any more wishes. Peculiar
we
owns
could
the
do a
last
lesser
ring wish.
we could do a lesser wish of restoration or whatever, and it might replace some of his organs.
Oh,
I mean,
it's-
that depends on if Zhao technically refreshed his limited wish when we undid stuff.
I could survive without a
Yeah.
liver for about 8 hours, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I can dream.
But anyway, where were we? Right, after Plato just got completely and utterly unraveled, I think unraveled is the correct word for this,
Yeah.
Flesh Shaper now moves your gaze at Zhao as if waiting if Zhao has any similar stunt to do or else. I can word it differently. Where was it? She basically looks at Zhao thinking if he is going to attack her now or not.
Zhao just shrugs.
It's not listed.
Well then. Where was I before I got interrupted? Right. To prove I am true to my word. Here. She inhales smoke and puffs it out, giving you a vision of. Oh, well, that looks familiar. It's home. Your home. Well, yours and Sapphire's, that is. Where you see the witch being incredibly surprised to an infant appearing back in the cradle. You can't even. I can't even describe the emotion she currently showing, so I'm pretty sure you can imagine that.
Yeah, Lucas kind of looks up at it, like reaches forward a little bit, but then just kind of smiles and puts his hand back down.
Now let's see, because you are no witch, I would need to take a different approach. Weapon. Sure. That works. I will invest bit of bit a bit of my power into you and send you away to see if your body can even handle what it's given. You can call it a field test. When it's time, I will call you back and we will see what to do with you next. Am I clear?
Lucas nods and goes, "You're clear."
Zhao gestures as if to basically ask if he may speak.
She looks at you, thinks for a bit, and then nods. You are allowed to speak.
Your Lordship, when you seek to utilize Lucas here, may it be after we finish completing our prophecy? We have to deal with something involving the Laughing Prince.
Laughing Prince being
A very powerful Arcanoloth. I can't see why not. That seems like a suitable target for a test. That should prove a suitable test for endurance and fighting capabilities, and if you get undone, I'll simply put you back together. Better. Next time. Zhao bows his head and says thank you.
No, I don't presume you have your own means to return to material plane.
We do not.
Well, that won't do. I could have left you in the Feywild, but then... not a proper playfield. I shall transport you to the material plane then. But I'm not much familiar with its geography. What would be a suitable place to drop you off at? Basically, where would you like to be now?
I think that Cracker's parents were sent back to Neverwinter.
That's right.
So maybe there? I don't know. Plato
Probably
needs to be
where we
put
should
back
go.
together first.
Mm-hmm. Neverwinter then? Sure. She extends her hand towards to the left. Yeah, let's just say it left. And you suddenly see how the ground opens up and two trees grow out of it, lean into each other and form an arch, in which opens up a portal. Behind behind which surface you can see familiar streets of Neverwinter. For Plato, who has the true sight still going on, well, those are few tentacles wrapped together into a circle that seem to open the portal. Yeah, just to give you, let's just say here. Yeah. Imagination. You are free to go. If I will have a need of you, I will contact you. Obviously.
Lucas, like, gets up and kind of nods to her. Alright, Cracker. I believe it's time for us to head out.
As Cracker steps eagerly through the portal.
Zhao glances back at Plato.
He is still hanging in there unraveled.
Having our monk back would likely help ensure that the test is successful. Lucas calls through the portal.
Not like he would be much of a material anyway. She flicks her pipe in the direction of the portal and suddenly the entirety of Plato is mashed into a single ball and tossed through the portal.
Congratulations! You've upgraded from Dragonborn to Triad Dragonborn to Dragonborn again to Fleshball.
I was gonna say Dragon Ball, but that would have been too nice.
Dragonball,
Wrong
yes.
anime.
Which star? How many stars?
Probably one.
I mean, I've had people make fat jokes at my expense, but this is the wrong way of calling me spherical.
Beautiful.
If the fleshbender is paying attention to Zhao, Zhao probably looks very hungrily at the ball of dragon flesh as it whizzes by.
The biggest meatball Shao ever saw.
I mean, he's had barbecued Play-Doh. He knows Play-Doh
Stop
tastes good.
cannibalizing your teammates!
Time to roll him into the nearest campfire.
Where are those bales again?
He goes through the portal then.
Mm-hmm. And as you all go through the portal, usually traveling through a portal is like stepping through a door. You get from one place to another. Simple. However, you find yourself in this thin layer of in-between, with a familiar-looking hand extended in a pay-up gesture.
Lucas has the ring.
Lucas hands the. I'm assuming this is Peculiar's hand. And so Lucas would hand the ring over.
Mm-hmm. The hand closes into the fist around the ring, and you can hear pleasure. Before the hand disappears, and you are free to pass further. As you find yourself standing on the familiar streets of Neverwinter, with a ball of plater right next to you. Although, for better or worse, Zook doesn't get much time to come up with any ideas how to cook it or if to even eat it raw, for you soon see how it starts to
Reconstitute?
yeah, let's go with that. It's a lot of shifting, like someone is manhandling a clay, trying to mended into shape. But eventually, with twists and turns and some pinches here and there, the ball is soon enough reshaped back into later. The
Man,
experience itself was sorry, what was that?
you can finish speaking, sorry.
It's alright. The pain itself, the process itself was surprisingly painless. I guess you have to thank the lack of connections the brain has with the nerves at the time. Because whoever is putting you back together apparently decided to connect brain the last for your own sake. Sure, your kidneys might have switched places and your heart may be on the other side now, but all in all, you are whole with W at the start.
So
That's very hard to pronounce.
what I was gonna say is that I hope no pedestrians saw that because that would be horrifying.
As it would be the so you see children crying, people vomiting, priests averting their eyes, guards fainting.
You should have said outside the walls of Neverwinter.
But then we would have had to get in again, and we might have just blown up the sewer again.
I think we
I
blew
feel
our
like
cover
just-
almost immediately with that kind of entrance. Also, two things come out of his mouth the moment he has function to speak again. First one is, "Oh, sweet Mary, Mother of Mercy, I think I'm going to need to see a doctor after that. I don't think... Am I supposed to be tasting my lungs?" Second thing, the second thing, actually there's three things now. Second thing, I need to have a fucking drink, or 10, and forget everything that just happened. Third thing, that was a fucking beholder. A fucking Tarrasque-sized beholder. That ain't no fae that just tore me apart.
So,
Yeah, with the whole like branding bit, I think all of us saw that. If you saw it too.
Well, it wasn't just a brief flash for me, man. My eyes pierced through the veil and reaffirmed to what we all saw. Okay, so, what first? Bar, doctor. Is there... No. Well, let's go to the doctor. I can just go drink their fucking rubbing alcohol. And he just starts sauntering to wherever the nearest hospital-looking building is while there is just the crowd of horrified fucking scarred people.
Hey Plato, are you also gonna make Cracker return that orb now?
Later!
You're safe for now, Cracker. Don't worry. Thumbs up.
And so you are off to a hospital to return the orb, to have your drinks, to who knows what else. After all, you are finally back at the material plane, with perhaps not much plan in mind, but, a road full of possibilities.
I know we need to recuperate. Even discounting what our out-of-character brain ache is from all the paradox thinking bullshit, I wouldn't imagine our characters having less than 2 stages of exhaustion from the pure trauma it just kind of went through.
Indeed, so see you in 2 weeks, episode 28. Group goes to therapy.
Beach episode! We deserve our Mai Tais.
As long as
Thank
it's
you.
not a beach episode like what the Amazing Digital Circus did.
Well, we
Also,
shall.
there might be a little bit of running from the gods in the beach episode because two of us have landed posters, and one of us doesn't currently have a landed poster, but will as soon as they go back to human form.
I want to say one thing to counter that. The fact that there's probably at least several guards that just witnessed me get reassembled by some godly force and just dropped off here may make them second guess pushing to capture us for those crimes.
I'm
Sh-
pretty
sure, we-
sure the Oracle was gonna deal with the wanted situation anyway.
True.
And then Cracker stole her orb.
Who
But
knows?
either
Maybe.
way, I'll those questions out for the next session. So, thank you all for watching. See you in 2 weeks.
Have fun, everyone. 3,
Maybe.
Ciao.
2,
One.
Bye.